In today's video, chest.
All by myself.
Who will win and why? I'm alive, just took one to revive. Keep that vibe when we show up and collide. Me and the guys move just like the FOI.
All right, guys, exciting news. The new pre-workout from Core Fury is here, and Doug and I were talking about Core Fury X beginning of the year when I was in Australia touring with them for 10 days in Australia, if you remember. This is actually the Australian gummy snakes flavor. So the exciting thing about the new Core Fury X, it's actually got 2 trademarked ingredients. So it's got dynamine and it's got teacrine, and it's got no shortage of the stimulants, and it's got no shortage of nootropics like choline. It's got tyrosine, caffeine, betaine. It's got the glycerol. So what I'm really excited about today is, you know, I'm pretty lean these days, and so what's really fun when you're lean is you can actually see the difference in your workout. So I'm taking a full dose of this, which is actually 2 scoops, and that is going to be a lot of all these ingredients. Yeah, so we're talking about 3,000 milligrams of betaine, 4,000 milligrams of glycerol, a full 5 grams of caffeine, I'm sorry, a full 5 grams of creatine. It's a full dose of 350 milligrams of caffeine. So this is not for the faint of heart. Again, I'm pretty well adapted. I've been dieting for a while. I am used to my stimulants. I drink energy drinks and they don't even bother me anymore. So this is going to be exciting. We're going to do a full push day. We're going to talk about the exercises that I choose, why I do them, what does push day mean, and I figure it'll be pretty fun. And then we'll probably, because we're here at Powerhouse North Tampa, the best old school gym in the world, we're going to talk about why we do that, and maybe we're going to get some sick videos and pictures because I'm in shape and I want to be a little bit narcissistic. So enjoy the videos that Aayush is putting together for us, guys. Thank you.
In the hills, but still keep them ghetto ties. Was talking Frenchies, but she thinking Ocean Prime. No, she keep.
All right, guys, so let's start today's chest workout. We're gonna do a flat dumbbell bench press, but what I really like to do is take my time warming up, really focusing on the eccentric. I've had some shoulder tweaks over the years, so anytime I go into this movement, I'm really focusing on the eccentric, as you see there. Now, when the weights get heavy, I really make sure I'm getting set up properly. This is me focusing on the task at hand. These are, I think, 110 pounds, which, you know, not a ton of weight, but at this time, at this body fat level, I really want to focus on getting them into a good position, controlling. I make sure on the first rep that I really get the stretch. I'm keeping the focus on my pectorals, trying to take the shoulders out of the movement. And from there, I just do as many reps as I can. One thing I really like to emphasize is with dumbbells, you don't need to risk injury to the shoulder by dropping them. If on the last rep, you simply turn them in, put them on your knees, you can stand right up. After I do one heavy set, what I'd like to do, and what I did today, was drop down and do a couple sets for volume, a little bit less weight. And I think we actually did a drop set on the final set where I reduced the weight by about 30 to 40% without stopping, ran and got the next dumbbells, and did another set pretty close to failure. The purpose there is just to add some intensity to the session, to add some intensity to the movement without adding a whole bunch more sets. So it's a way to add volume and intensity to the workout without a bunch of time. So when I'm hitting the chest, I'm trying to hit it from multiple angles. And this is us doing the drop set right here. This is the first angle, a flat chest press, as you see I'm doing here. Even though I have a little bit of arch in my back, that's just to make sure I'm keeping my pecs engaged the entire time. This would be my starter, my power movement, the movement that I'm just getting everything engaged. From there, I'm gonna hit it from multiple angles, including what's next was the incline. So we set up an incline bench. This gym does not have, this is Powerhouse in North Tampa. They don't have a ton of equipment. I would normally go to a machine after doing a dumbbell, especially being this lean. But for today, what I did was we found a nice bench. We focused again on form. I always like to start each press with a little bit of an eccentric, so I'm just making sure that I'm targeting the right muscles and hitting everything safely. So as you see here, we're focusing more on the upper pec. Again, I'm still trying to keep my shoulders out of the movement as much as possible. My entire life, I've had super dominant shoulders. So on this training day, which is technically a push day, because even though it's chest focus right now, we are going to move into some shoulder and triceps to finish the day. But since my shoulders are so dominant, I really don't train them nearly as intensely or with as much focus as I do my chest, just because I find that my shoulders grow a lot easier, and I'm trying to keep my chest up with what my shoulders are doing. The next function of the chest muscles, or the main function, is actually to pull the arm across the body. So biomechanically speaking, this movement is going to engage the most chest muscles. However, we're not able to use as much load because we're at a mechanical disadvantage, because if you see the shape of the movement here. So even though we're not able to use as much weight, what I really like to focus on here is a full contraction. Again, I like to make sure during the eccentric or during the negative portion, I'm keeping the chest engaged. I'm not just letting the weight go, because that is extra volume. The negative portion of the lift is training volume. So I try to control it, make sure I'm getting a good rep. Now, the next thing we're doing here is a dip. This dip is a lower pec involver, but it also engages the shoulders and the triceps. So on a day like this, where we're doing a push day, this for me is the perfect transition movement. After my chest has already been filled up with blood, I'm getting ready to train some shoulders and getting ready to train some triceps. So what we're doing here is my big shoulder power movement, just a machine shoulder press. This is like my favorite shoulder machine in the entire world. It's only at this powerhouse. So whenever I get a chance, I love to pile up the weight, do some drop sets. It just keeps me super locked in. I just feel it targeting the medial and anterior delt perfectly. Now, what we did for triceps was 5 sets of tricep press downs supersetted with 5 sets of side dumbbell lateral raises. So the goal here is just, since it's a push day, we've already hit the triceps a lot with our pressing movements. We've already hit the shoulders a lot with our pressing movements. We just want to make sure we're getting enough training volume to see some progress on this day. I do have a separate arm day and a separate shoulder day, but on this day, it's just a total push workout. So we're just trying to get a bunch of volume in. Ended the day doing some side lateral raises, and we ended up doing a giant set. What I like about side laterals, do a giant set, is basically a triple drop set. So you pick a weight, go about 1 short of failure, pick another weight, go about 1 short of failure, and finally pick the last weight and go till just about failure. That's going to really end the day with a bang, lots of blood in the shoulders, and really make sure that, you're hitting the whole upper body push. Now, when I mean push, it's basically defined as all the muscles that move weight away from you versus a pull day, which would be more back and biceps. So Aayush got a really nice shot here of me hitting side laterals and some good lighting. It's nice being lean, but even when I'm lean, I want to focus on doing things right. Have a great day, guys. Talk to you soon.